So hi Ankit,
Yes,
congratulations for coming this far.
thank you, sir.
It must have been a long journey. When did you start the preparation, Ankit?
Sir, I started preparing immediately after my graduation in 2017.
2017.
Yes, sir.
And this is which attempt of yours?
So this is sixth and last.
Okay. So while you're preparing, have you also been working elsewhere or
No,
some
sir.
other course you have taken up?
Sir, along with the preparation, I have done my master's MA in political science, which happens to be my optional too. And I have cleared NET JRF, but I have not worked.
But your graduation is with
Civil engineering.
engineering
Yes, sir.
from Bhilai Institute of Technology, Raipur,
Yes, sir.
and Swami Vivekananda Technical University.
Yes, sir.
So, what inspired you into masters in political science?
Sir, as I started reading the subject for the preparation, it was my optional. I developed greater interest, so I thought to pursue my interest and formally pursue a master's degree. That would also help in my preparation for the civil services, and it would also indulge me because I had natural interest in the subject.
Do you see a career in political science subject eventually?
Sir, yes, sir. I started seeing it as plan B. If unfortunately I am unable to make it, then I would pursue further research and teaching work in political science.
You have dumped engineering completely.
Yes, sir. Based on interest, yes.
But what inspired you into engineering in the first place?
Sir, my father and my both elder brothers are civil engineers and working in the government department. So that I thought I should also follow their footsteps to contribute back through engineering discipline. But as I was exposed to a wider world during preparation for the civil services, I found my interest in humanities more, particularly in political science.
Okay. So, nothing in engineering interests you, or are you disillusioned with engineering prospects and engineering projects in India?
No, sir. Civil engineering in particular is an interesting field with the developments and the critical and strategic infrastructure that is being done in India.
Yeah.
But based on my assessment of the self, that if I pursue humanities as career, based on my passion and the interest, I would do much better. That was the thought.
How do you define your passion? I mean, what is it that you think is um, that is not aligned with science engineering, and you think your mindset is more aligned with humanity? So, how do you assess this? What exactly are those trigger points, checklists you say, not engineering, but it has to be humanities?
Sir, this studying this subject never felt a burden to me, political science, and I had this natural curiosity to know more and more about this subject, about the recent ongoings, the how the geopolitics is unfolding. That was one checklist. Then second, sir, I felt that this subject gives me much more wider opportunities to contribute as a civil servant or as a teacher or to pursue research in this subject. So my contribution to shape the world would be greater, and my exposure also would be greater to shape my personality.
I didn't get it again, Ankit.
Sorry, sir.
You talk about research,
Yes,
it's
sir.
possible in civil engineering.
Yes, sir.
You talk about teaching,
Yes,
it's
sir.
also possible in civil engineering.
Yes, sir.
Talking about development, I think civil engineering has a much more
Yes.
stronger role in development.
Yes.
Infrastructure
So
is what we require.
based on the like two subjects, I think I am never tired to study political science.
Why is that? That's what I'm asking you.
Yes.
That's a symptomatic of something deep,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is it about you, your personality,
Yes, sir.
that you're gravitating towards political science or humanities and not science? And so, my question was,
Yes, sir.
is it disillusionment with science and engineering subjects?
No, sir, it is not. It is a carefully assessed choice that I have made. And specifically, sir, I would like to work on the fields to develop the frameworks as to how the world is going to evolve in 21st century. That interests me.
My personal reading is your career choices in political science are far more limited.
Yes, sir.
Than you have in engineering.
Yes, sir. So that was the thought when I was 18. I had to pursue graduation, but I was clear that I have to prepare for civil services. So that was one of the thoughts that if I do graduation in civil engineering, that would serve as plan B. But with the readings that and the exposure that I had during preparation, I felt that political science, I am naturally interested to read more about political science, despite
There
the
are two
limited.
aspects.
Yes,
One is your interest.
yes, sir.
Second is a pragmatic and a realistic career
Yes,
opportunity
yes,
where you can grow and maybe be very active.
yes.
You think political science gives you more pragmatic choices in terms of range of opportunities and not engineering?
Sir, generally, engineering provides better career opportunities, but with me I have already completed my master's and cleared UGC's NET JRF. And if in case needed to pursue PhD, I will pursue in the diplomacy in disarmament and contribute to the research. So I feel it was more of an interest-based and pragmatic choice, but largely, sir, engineering career offers the diverse opportunities.
Maybe your interest is one of the major reasons,
Yes,
not the career prospects in general.
yes,
If I go by this example, quite a few of you from engineering career come into civil services with humanity subject.
yes.
Is it a failure of our education system?
Sir, largely due to missing industry academia linkage that we have, the curriculum that we are taught is much older than to the current market requirements. For example, sir, the testing or the surveying principles that are being taught are of 20th century. With the new technologies, the emergence of new technologies, the curriculum has not been updated that much. So that is also a drawback in the education system.
There is an element of disappointment, isn't it?
Yes,
Which you have been avoiding spelling it out.
yes, there is.
That's what exactly I asked you. Are you disappointed with the
Yes,
engineering
there is
career?
certainly, sir.
Okay. You think the new education policy can rectify this? What are the gaps in that?
Sir, with its motto of introducing multidisciplinarity in education, particularly in higher education, with flexible choice of the subjects and more focus on vocation-based and application-based learning, it is a right policy document. But much needs to be done to integrate all the three players like government, state, market, and the academia to work for this synergy.
The government,
The
the state, the academia, and the industry.
Industry, yes,
Right now, in these three,
yes.
The system is aligned towards what right now?
So largely it is being driven by government and institutions are slowly and gradually trying to adapt, but still there is much mismatch between what industry demands and what the education curriculum
So if I
provides.
look at education system with three vertices,
Yes, sir.
We have the state,
Yes,
we have the market, and we have the academia.
yes,
There's a principle that says there's a trilemma of issues.
yes, sir.
In trilemma, you can't converge all the three.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you agree with this thing here? You can't converge all the three?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is very difficult, but with the advent of technology, I think the government's role can be reduced.
So explain this to me. Why can't you converge all the three? The state, the markets, and the academia. Why do you think the three can't converge?
Sir, academia, naturally, academic institutions wants to retain their independence and government wants to have greater control. And market is just more focused on deriving the skilled, educated individuals for who are ready for the job, rather than they do not want to spend much on their skilling, etc. And with the disruptive technologies that are being unfolded, so it is very difficult for the unskilled graduates to be placed in job markets.
So if there is convergence, which two are more likely to converge and which will not converge?
I think that the ideal would be government to play the role of facilitator to have greater synergies between market and academia.
The convergence between what? State and market?
No, sir. Market and academia, government being the facilitator.
Market, academia more likely to converge?
Yes.
In your case, what did not converge?
Sir, mine was a private college, so there was this curriculum issue, and we were not taught much about how the theoretical knowledge can be used in jobs. So even my friends who have pursued a career in civil engineering, every now and then they face these difficulties as to.
But isn't this a contradiction? Because if the college is private,
Yes, sir.
there's every reason to have a syllabus where students get employment
Yes, sir.
and they're employment ready,
Yes, sir.
because that helps their own branding, right?
Yes, sir.
So why have they not done it?
I think, sir, there is this discord between there is this lack of dialogue and discord between what industry demands and what academia provides in the skill and education. With greater vocation opportunities, dialogues, and conferences, the joint policy initiative can be thought of.
Okay. For PSIR background,
Yes, sir.
what is the likelihood of Iran getting attacked by Israel as a proper war, not the surprise surgical strikes?
Sir, what I believe is that if Iran does not adhere to US's demand for denuclearization talks, and with the North Korea becoming rogue after development of certain nuclear technologies, there is this high probability that President Trump has given 2 months timeline to negotiate. But I believe that Iran would naturally come for negotiations because the sanctions have hurt their economy, and combined forces of Israel and USA may cause a regime change operation if they do not adhere to talks.
War is a likelihood.
Yes, sir. If they do not, if there is no understanding for denuclearization of Iran.
What do you think? Will Iran, give in here the pressure? It has not given in for the last 30 years.
Yes, sir. I think, sir, but with the recent changes, ouster of Syria's president and Russia being engaged in Ukraine, and USA focusing greater on Indo-Pacific to counter China and Taiwan, the strategic partners of Iran are occupied, and that gives the Western world an opportunity to renegotiate.
What about the friendship treaty between Iran and China, where China is committed to?
Yes, sir.
Security for oil?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You think China will get involved in the war in that case?
Sir, if we see the history of China, largely it has avoided to get involved like USA in third-party wars because no one.
But China has a commitment in terms of security for oil.
Yes, that.
Are you aware of this treaty?
Yes, a strategic partnership treaty between Iran and China. Sir, that also is a possibility that the Western world on one side and the Greek axis, China, North Korea, Iran, and Russia may come together. And that will be the unfolding event for the geopolitics of 21st century.
Given your readings of the wars and alliances, and do you think World War III is every likely now?
Sir, until the institutions for multilateralism are reformed, that prevented the war for the last 75 years. And there is this trust between the major powers, particularly the three major powers, Russia, USA, and China. And they turned on some phases of easing off of the tensions. Third World War remains a possibility with nuclear usage.
The nuclear usage, who do you think will first trigger the bomb?
Sir, it depends on how the war unfolds. But all three have good nuclear capabilities.
All three as in?
Russia, USA, and China.
Okay. So of the three, who will be the culprit?
That's very difficult to predict, sir.
Did you read about the assassination of JFK?
No, sir. I just read the reports which were in media.
It is a very important milestone in even the geopolitics, right?
Yes.
The Cold War kind of actually took that difficult phase of it after the Bay of Pigs.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of Bay of Pigs?
No, sir. Sorry.
You don't know Bay of Pigs?
No, sir.
Big time news. What is Cuban Missile Crisis?
So it was also one of the hot points of Cold War between USA and USSR, where USSR deployed its nuclear arsenal to a communist Cuba, threatening the mainland security of USA.
Something more on that? You can explain it to me if you have an idea.
Sir, it was the hottest point where Cold War could have turned a nuclear war because of the confrontation between the two superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow with the Kennedy, then USA's president tried to pursue some detente, and then some treaties were also signed like SALT, Strategic Arms Reduction and Limitation Treaty to prevent...
SALT was signed when?
Sir, 1970s.
70s, right?
Yes.
And we're talking about
1961.
Yes. That
So
happened much later.
yes, that was to prevent another such confrontation in the ongoing Cold War. Such treaties were put in place, but what I have read is it was the most hot moment of the then called Cold War, where two superpowers would have indulged in nuclear warfare.
Trump is almost anti-Ukraine.
Yes, sir.
Um, Trump has not been criticizing Putin at all.
Yes, sir.
Trump has not even sanctioned Russia significantly.
Yes, sir.
The new tariff systems for Russia
Yes, sir.
almost missing. Is this gossip true? He is a Russian agent.
So there have been reports like this in media, but I do not believe that. If we follow the Trump's policies carefully and the ideologue thinkers, the Heritage Foundation that has much influence on the Trump administration's foreign policy, they perceive China as the larger threat to displace USA's hegemony. And this move for relaxation of easing up with Russia, the rapprochement with Russia is due as a reverse Nixon-Kissinger diplomacy, where USA is trying to drive a wedge between China and Russia.
How will US drive a wedge?
Sir, China and Russia too have natural territorial disputes, and Russia, given the history of USSR, do not wants to become a junior partner to China. That provides the window of opportunity for USA to be easy on Russia and drive a wedge between China-Russia axis that can collectively displace the USA's hegemony.
You think Trump is very pragmatic here?
Yes.
What about his tariff policies? What is your opinion on the tariff policy?
Sir, though it may seem ad hoc based on the calculations that how the tariff is being calculated, it is also reflective of the deficit that USA is having around $1.2 trillion. And with the manifesto that Trump campaigned during elections, the tariff policies also serves his political purpose to cater the MAGA voter base. So a collective, multi-pronged factors are supportive of the Trump policies, but it is a disaster for multilateral trade systems that was established, particularly with the establishment of WTO.
What will it do to the entire world economy?
Sir, it may create inflationary and recessionary pressures. Countries should come together to negotiate a new multilateral trade deal or reform WTO for accommodating new realities. And it would also fragment the supply chains across that were created with the forces of globalization.
Okay. How does it impact India? And okay, before that, with 54% tariff, right, against China?
Yes, sir, collectively. 64, sir. No, 54 plus baseline tariff of 10%. So 34 on the reciprocal tariff as China charges 67% to USA. Yes. 20% was imposed earlier and 10% baseline tariff that is applicable to all
plus 10%. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think China will be impacted and significantly impacted?
Yes, sir. The reduced consumption in China, and China has become a trading superpower, especially after the entry.
How much of China's GDP is dependent on US trade?
Sir, I am not sure about the percentage, but I read that China exports around $560 billion of the goods to USA. That
should be much in that case.
Yes, sir.
560 billion is not a very big amount given the entire GDP of China.
Yes, sir, around $18 trillion that it has.
So how do you think it will impact China, or not much impact, or just wishful thinking on Trump?
No, sir, I think it will greatly impact China because China has been a trading superpower, and the surplus it has used to increase its comprehensive national power. The deep technologies, development of deep technologies like DeepSeek or the defense modernization it has pursued has largely been done on the grounds of export surplus.
How should India deal with the tariffs? How badly is India impacted?
Sir, there are certain sectors like automobiles or engineering goods that would be, because of the tariffs, their export would be reduced. Also, there is this sense that the Make in India initiative to attract the global companies for manufacturing, such as Apple, may take a hit. Having said that, sir, we are already negotiating a bilateral trade agreement, and we should try to see greater market access, reduce openness to service trade, and reduce the non-tariff barriers that India faces in USA. So, relatively, India has been impacted less because of the low tariffs vis-a-vis its peers, and there is this opportunity to renegotiate with USA.
In India's case,
Yes.
what has been the impact on agriculture? Is India a surplus exporter of agriculture with US, or is it a deficit exporter?
So we export largely rice and shrimp products to the USA, and because of being a developing country, we impose high tariffs on agri imports, that being a sensitive sector for India. So largely we are an agri surplus, and that is why USA is demanding agri market access for its GM products.
So what's your take on this?
I think, sir, when we negotiate this bilateral trade agreement with USA, we should be very cautious about the sensitive sectors, because agriculture in India is not just for food security, but it also for the livelihood of the farmers. Around 45% of the working force depends on agriculture directly. So we should we should ask USA.
Where is the leveraging bargaining point for us?
Sir, with the size of market that we have and the import dependence, for example, in the defense platforms or the energy supplies that we import largely. And thirdly, sir, deep technologies that USA is having advantage, we can have joint technology sharing projects.
It will be a trade-off and a bargain.
Yes, a grand
defense
bargain
versus agriculture or manufacturing of deep technologies and agriculture. We need a bargain on that.
Yes, sir.
But will that not compromise India's aspirations to emerge as a semiconductor superpower?
Yes, sir. That
India's aspiration as part of indigenous development of arms and defense equipments.
Sir, the current policy for this indigenous semiconductor mission and technology is to have the partnerships that help us to grow them indigenously. For example, the Trust Initiative with the USS, transforming relationship utilizing strategic technologies, or the establishment of semiconductor plants in Gujarat and Assam show that we
But won't that now reverse? That was all done in the previous government,
Yes.
right?
So we can negotiate, because USA also knows that India's role in Asia to counter China, there lies our leverage, particularly in the Indo-Pacific.
But with this tariff thing,
Yes.
if US economy implodes,
Yes, sir.
how does India navigate?
Sir, with the domestic consumption that we have, and we need to diversify our export market too. We are negotiating FTA with European
Our
Union.
domestic consumption is high enough to sustain a GDP growth rate of more than 7.
No, sir. That is why we
How
need
can
to.
we be so bullish on the domestic consumption part?
Sir, with the young demographics that we have and the rising disposable incomes, particularly after the new income tax exemptions up to 12 lakh rupees, that makes me bullish.
It says reflective writing as one of your activities, interests.
Yes.
What is reflective writing?
Sir, in reflective writing, I try to reflect upon my thoughts about anything significant or impactful event or experience that I encounter with. For example, the COVID that distressed our lives, or if the overwhelming stress in the preparation of this journey. So I try to
You write
use
your emotions, your.
Yes, sir. Emotions in
So
very.
what does your reflection tell you about yourself? Who are you as a person? What upsets you or what encourages you? Can you give me a brief note on this?
Yes.
Share what has been your learnings.
Sir, my self-assessment is that I am very optimistic about life and the process, that I thoroughly enjoy whatever I am doing. But there are moments of disappointment. For example, when I didn't make it into last 3 interviews despite clearing mains. So naturally, I get disappointed. But then in these reflective write-ups, I somehow try to paint this optimistic path as to how should I go forward in this beautiful journey of life.
What has been the source of the optimism?
Sir, throughout my 30 years that I have faced very certain difficulties, and that have shaped me as a person. I was in Hindi medium till class 8. Then when I changed my schooling to English medium, For 1.5 years, I had to note down everything in Hindi and come back and search its meaning in dictionary and then
Oh,
search its
wow.
spelling. Secondly, sir, this journey of civil services also has shaped me as a person to have this reinforces this attitude of not giving up and pursue what my passion is.
Oh, good, good, good. Hmm. And watching biopics
Yes, sir.
inspired by great stories, great leaders.
Yes, sir.
Which biopic has been most inspiring for you?
So there are certain biopics like Bhag Milka Bhag, Sardar Udham, MS Dhoni, The Untold Story. These and certain biopics that are not very inspiring, but that I like because of the critical assessment of a personality, like Oppenheimer by Christopher Nolan.
Okay. Do you have any specific choice in the range of biopics? Which type of leaders or which type of trend setters you'd like to follow? And
Sir, generally I like the biopics which are being very critical about the person that they are dramatizing and do not just peddle one-sided narrative. So no such preference, but I like the biopics which are
so
critical.
none of those you mentioned are actually balanced narratives, are they?
No, sir. The Bhag Milka Bhag shows the downside of the when he was being the flying six was being distracted because of the love interest that he found in the Olympics, and how he immersed in the second, how the past came to haunt his the final race in the Olympics. He admitted himself that he was distracted.
Okay. One last question to you.
Yes.
From your assessment of current affairs, understanding of India's polity, changing social systems now,
Yes.
can you give me a brief sketch of what does the social political reality of India look like today,
Yes.
and what do you think it's moving towards?
Sir, after almost 75 years of independence, the current reality show positively that India has become a land of opportunity where youth are very aspirational and the diverse opportunities for career choices and the young demographic that we have that will shape the future of the nation. There are greater opportunities for women and the marginalized communities, historically marginalized communities like tribals. But having said that, sir, there is this trend of rising inequality in income and assets. There have been polarization based on identities like language, region, or caste, etc. So this presents a threat for the unity that we have and the journey that we want to pursue for India of 2047, the Viksit Bharat, the dream of Viksit Bharat.
We have come some distance, but then we are concerned about some of the social inequalities and polarization.
Yes, sir.
So, how do you see? Do you see this thing getting resolved in the near future, or will it only get aggravated?
I think, sir, with the qualitative and critical education and with the greater political consensus as to how to deploy our energies to rift
But do you
these.
see that happening?
So presently, it's not happening much, but there have been certain initiatives and certain good examples for that, like new education policy or reinauguration of interstate council to deal with the federal issues, etc. So there have been certain developments.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ankit.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, we went on for almost 40 minutes. So tell me, how do you think your performance was? What do you think is your evaluation of your performance? Tell me.
I think that I should be more prepared for like why to change field from civil engineering to humanities.
You think there was a gap?
Yes, that I felt was a
How come you're not prepared? By now, I think it must have been a fairly common question to you.
So, but they do not dig into much when I say that I have this interest in humanities. They generally agree.
You've not been grilled on that.
Yes.
What else?
The rest I didn't find, sir. If I'll watch the video, I'll find the gaps.
How has your mock session otherwise been?
Sir, largely good because of the experience that I had in the original interviews. They said that not much is needed. Just read and revise and be more jolly.
When is the interview?
16th, sir. 16th April.
We have time, about 10 days time.
Yes, sir.
So, Ankit, this is my assessment for you. you have a good articulation.
Yes.
You speak fairly confidently,
Yes.
and you have a good knowledge across topics. But what's happening is when you are sharing your ideas and opinion, they don't look like opinion.
Yes, sir.
They look more like a quick narration of bringing facts together.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a, if Israel or if Iran doesn't agree, uh, you know, if, uh, you know, nuclear weapons, the three of them, one can do that.
Yes, sir.
You talk about, supply chain disruptions because of tariff.
Yes.
In your sentences, you need to add more of, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
In my opinion, according to me.
Yes.
So what I have read, and substantiate that with some recent news or some article of a scholar that you have read.
Yes.
एक होता है कि सर मुझे लग रहा है कि Trump will go this way.
Yes, sir.
Second is, sir, if I was to recall in the words of Ray Dalio,
yes,
if I am to comment on this policy according to Fareed Zakaria,
yes, sir.
that gives your answer a weightage.
Yes.
So, आपका answers are largely packaged.
Yes, sir.
More like a narrative of what you are reading.
Yes, sir.
Not in terms of they are your thinking.
Yes.
Okay. So to cross this 180, 185 barrier.
Yes, sir.
Okay. देखो कैसे है? If you look at your marks, okay, it's 185 plus.
Yes.
170s and 180s. Say 150, 170 and less than 170.
Yes.
Less than 150. Less than 150 मतलब आप कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे हो, maybe you are reticent, you lack confidence.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what your performance must have in initial years. Mein.
Yes.
That could have been the reason.
Yes, sir.
But the moment you are touching 160, 170, इस range में आ रहे हो आप, मतलब you have the content.
Yes.
Okay. But the content doesn't inspire me in terms of कि are this thought through content or not?
Yes.
Or are you simply putting things together and keeping the answer very generic?
Yes, sir.
जैसे मैं बोलूंगा भाई ईरान अटैक करेगा कि नहीं, इजराइल अटैक करेगा. So I would say, sir, look at October 26th attack of Israel.
Yes.
They destroyed S-300s.
Yes, sir.
They went as far as Tehran and attacked Parchin, उनका nuclear research facility.
Yes, sir.
They have bombed 20 targets. Okay, and the पूरे process में they have done all this as air attack.
Yes, sir.
Which means Israel has very deep technologies.
Yes, sir.
और Mount Hermon capture किया सीरिया का.
Yes, sir.
Okay, US trying to neutralize Houthis.
Yes, sir.
All this tells me ईरान के पास में ज्यादा bargaining point है नहीं.
Yes, sir.
Rather than simply saying Iran is under pressure, it should agree. Okay.
Yes.
फिर आपने specifics दिया.
Yes, sir.
So your answer should have specifics. Tell me why humanities. Sir, engineering, sir, I could see 2-3 problems. One, sir, in civil engineering, to be very honest, there are not too many opportunities.
Yes.
And whatever opportunities we have, not much in terms of actually structural design in architecture, because cutting edge construction in India mein bhi ho nahi raha hai.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I don't feel challenged here.
Yes, sir.
Whatever construction happens, they're happening in a very niche area for which I don't have the skills unless I do masters.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And last 4 years, sir, I have been more into preparation for civil services. And I have developed interest in political science.
Yes, sir.
So political science now looks like a natural thing for me. And in political science, I think in the future, global disarmament, conflict resolutions, India's growing geopolitical footprint. I think there's a lot of scope to pursue here.
Yes.
So even if I'm not selected as a bureaucrat, but public policy making, I think, is my interest area to go into.
Yes.
So when you say the specifics, no, the depth of the answer increases.
Yes.
So you are telling all the right things, but the depth part is what you can work on.
Yes, sir.
तो आपका आंसर कोई गलती नहीं है, सब ठीक है. I'm taking off.
Yes.
और जो नहीं पता था, though I thought we should have known Bay of Pigs.
Yes, sir.
Because BFK's assassination partly was because of the Bay of Pigs, Pigs failure.
Yes, sir.
The news may be here, right? I'm curious. I would like to know what happened there.
Yes.
Okay, who was Charles Dulles, right? The guy who masterminded.
Yes, sir.
CIA का था, whatever. But ठीक है, नहीं पता कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, आपका opinion thinking based answers और आ सकता है.
Yes, sir.
Across topics, I realize that. So tell me, what is the failure of education system, for example? You told me very superficially.
Yes, sir.
So multidisciplinary है, vocational है, stop.
Yes, sir.
Could a bit be more clear, sir? Education system का problem ये है, sir, that while we are trying to set our higher education, but primary isn't working as well.
Yes, sir.
Primary में, sir, comprehension skills are still a problem. Numerical skills are still a problem.
Yes,
The basic reading, writing is still a problem. We don't have convergence of state curriculum and the NCRT curriculum, CBSE curriculum.
Yes.
Okay. We still have lot of shortages in institutions because of which students are leaving India and going good meritorious ones.
Yes, sir.
So we want some pinpointed specifics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my suggestion to you is specifics for देखो, खासकर current affair based specific देखो.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One. जैसे पूछा ना कि tell me how does China get impacted?
Yes, sir.
Sir, 4 areas of Chinese trade है. China's exports of raw material, rare earth.
Yes, sir.
Chinese exports of automobiles.
Yes, sir.
Chinese exports of garments. Sir, ये area में US does not have an advantage.
Yes, sir.
So even if they increase the tariff, they'll end up importing the Chinese products.
Yes, sir.
Either directly from China or maybe even costly from Cambodia and Vietnam.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ये कुछ depth चाहिए हमें.
Yes.
Okay. So specific बढ़ाओ and bring the component of my opinion, I think so.
Yes, sir.
According to what I have read.
Yes, sir.
Then you are 185 plus candidate.
Yes, sir. I'll try this, sir, in next 7-8 days.
Yeah, it's doable. It's a matter of 2-3 days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you get into that reading of that kind.
Yes, sir.
Should help.
Yes.
What else you want me to discuss on?
Nothing, sir. Largely, I am prepared because of the past experiences too, and the transcripts have been following very regularly. So,
fair enough.
Yes, sir.
My wishes to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You
sir.
are somebody who should get 185 plus if you do the needful. By how much marks are you missing out the selection?
So last time I missed finalist by 9 marks and reservist by 1 mark.
Oh,
Yes.
you're fairly close in that case.
Yes, sir.
I think do some tweaking of this kind should help.
Yes, sir. I'll try.
Should help.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
My wishes
Thanks,
to you.
Thanks, sir.
Bless you.
Yes,
Bless you.
thank you.
Okay.